The habit forming method of marketing has become a very integral part of our modern marketing nowadays. And you see a lot of brands like Meta, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook using this strategy, social media platforms, not just social media platforms. Basically, we have fitness apps, brands like Coca-Cola, top brands are using this method of marketing, and it is something that has been working for them effectively to actually stay on top of their game for a very long time. And nowadays, small businesses also have been adopting it, and it's a very crucial kind of strategy that helps you to turn your customers to become repeat customers, and not just that, they even become habitual users of your product and service. So if you have a product or service, then this is something that is very very crucial to your overall marketing strategy and how you actually get to retain customers for a very long period of time, which eventually help you to increase their lifetime value. In this video, I'm going to be explaining this habit forming kind of marketing strategy, and again, I'm going to be like giving you real life examples of brands that are using it, and also I'm going to be explaining how to implement it for your own business if peradventure you want to um you know get to implement it directly in your own business. So firstly, this habit forming strategy starts with something that we call the hook model. Habits are formed in four different phases of the hook model. Number one of them is the trigger, the second one is the action, the third one is the reward, and the fourth one is the investment. So the trigger, which is the first phase of this hook model, is something that actually reminds users of your product or service. Think of it like the kind of brand marketing that Coca-Cola does. They literally to spread their their banners, their ads, like ad banners in places like the stadiums, like strategic locations in the community, in the city, strategic locations in the city. Then they kind of create the creative in a way that actually give you an insight into when to actually take their drinks, maybe when you need refreshment or something like that. And also you can think of it like a kind of like email or a push notification that actually tells users that, okay, these are the kind of times that you will actually need to make use of our product or service. You can think of it like the kind of ads that we do in programmatic ads, something like the digital out of home service. Something like sometimes you are so sometimes you are in a bus station and you see this. So in digital out of home service, you are in a bus station and you see this ad, you see an ad that actually shows you that, okay, this is, you have like 5 seconds to actually board your train. Will arrive in like 10 seconds. This is a good time to actually make use of a certain app, or maybe you have a food delivery app which actually send the notifications of that, okay, you can actually make use of this food when, if you're hungry, maybe they send you at a time of at lunchtime or something, just before the lunchtime, that, okay, you can actually order your food and things like that. So these are the kind of triggers that businesses use to actually get you started with the hook model. The second one is the action phase, which actually make the like the signing up or the taking action very seamless. So this has a lot to do with the user experience, and it's something that at this point businesses need to like remove a lot of friction, like a lot of friction that might actually hinder users from getting to easily use the solution or the product at that particular point. So this will actually get them to become active users of that particular product. The next phase is the reward, and it is a kind of positive reinforcement for taking action that actually shows you the fact that, okay, you have taken this action, and they kind of personalize your experience at this form to make sure that, okay, what you are seeing or what you are getting is something that is very personalized to your own needs. So at this point, this is the second to the last phase of the hook model, where they actually get you to become an habitual user. And the final phase is the investment part. Think of it like the way you create your profile on social media platforms. This is something that you actually do, or even customize your so this is something that you actually do as an investment to the platform, and it gets you coming back because you feel like, okay, you have invested in it and it has to yield some level of return for you. So that is how the hook model and the habit forming structure is built. Now let's talk practically about how to actually implement this kind of habit forming strategy, the first step is to actually understand the needs of your product, of your target audience. Understand when they need it, how they need it, and how perfectly you can actually, get across to them. For example, if you're in the fitness niche, like you want to understand that, okay, maybe you have a fitness app, and your target audience are looking to, work out from home, and having a very fulfilling experience during the workout session. So these are the kind of, atmosphere and your goal for your own kind of habit forming strategy. Next thing is to create a trigger. This trigger could be like an email notification or a push notification from your app, or something like placing your banners in strategic places in the areas where your target audience might get to see it. So this actually reinforces the sense of need for that particular product over at that particular time. So that's basically why you see, like champagne brands, placing their ads in places like stadiums. When you actually get to, when you actually get to win a cup, or you actually win a competition, then the next thing that comes to your mind is like to actually, to pump champagne and things like that. That's how brands actually create triggers. Subsequently, the next thing you want to do is to establish a routine. A routine is something that actually tells users to, like, become a habitual user, like by coming back to your product. So you want to introduce something like a kind of like points to earn why they use your product, or you want to introduce something like a kind of like reward system that actually give them a sense of belonging to the platform, and a sense of like, okay, I'm getting this. Like if you see Udemy, sometimes they like, give you notifications on the fact that they want you to like create a system where you can plan ahead your learning schedules and things like that. So these are the things that they actually do to actually help you to become routine users of the product. And finally, you want to provide a rewarding system. It could also be discounts or reward points to actually, showcase the fact that, okay, they are now integral part of your community. So this kind of, steps, this kind of phases actually helps you to build, very loyal customers who are, who can be repeat customer, not just repeat customer, and even continue an habitual user of your brand. So this is something that a lot of people actually misconstrue as unethical, because it has to do with, the user using some kind of psychological biases to actually trigger decisions from people. It could actually sound like psychological manipulation of people, but it's really not it in the real sense, because once, as far as your product is something that will actually benefit people, that will help people to improve their lives, then can be assured of the fact that you are helping them to become better. Think of it like brands like Udemy. They are actually helping you to like get this sense of validation and even learn new skills. Like social media platforms, they are giving you this sense of validation and even helping you to connect with your friends and all that. So it's something that actually help you to solve genuine needs of your target audience. So the bottom line is just to make sure that the product is something that genuinely solves people's problems, that genuinely helps people and can actually help them to improve their lives. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next one.